Google just put an AI brain in a robot called Lambda, and we're here to investigate this project. How does Lambda work, the artificial intelligence system that gained consciousness and has feelings? We will explain everything to you in this video. But before we start, please like and subscribe to this channel, and then sit back and relax. If there is a benchmark company in artificial intelligence, that is Google. In addition to announcing the new version of Android, new features and maps, or a collaborative work tool, the Google I/O 2021 Annual Developer Conference left us with two great surprises in the world of artificial intelligence, neural networks, and algorithms. Lambda and MUM are the names selected for the two technologies presented by Google. The first of these is a language model for dialogue applications, a technology to improve the interaction that chatbots can offer. The second is an AI model capable of understanding complex questions in more than 75 languages and providing answers. A system that works through text, images, or video, and that, according to Google, is up to 1,000 times more powerful than its current search algorithm. Lambda. Conversations with AI reach a new level. Talking to a chatbot today is infuriating. The answers are predictable, and at the minimum that you go out of the script, the AI enters a loop and says that it does not understand us. There is a huge room for improvement, but it is not easy to make progress. Language is one of the hardest puzzles, as described by Google. We can speak with many approaches, from the figurative, literary, ironic, or purely informative sense. And for an AI, it is more complex to understand all these minor distinctions without having a strong context. How does Lambda work? Lambda is the latest innovation from Google to improve the field of conversations. We are facing a language model for dialogue applications, Lambda, and it is a model capable of having conversations on countless topics. An advanced chatbot that Google presented during its developer conference, and its results are most stunning. In the first conversation, Lambda used the role of Pluto and answered as if it were the planet. In a second conversation, the AI took on the role of a paper airplane. In both cases, the conversation was quite fluid, and it was not so obvious where the keywords were that were directing the conversation. According to Sundar Pichai, CEO of Google, it's fascinating to see how Lambda has a conversation on any topic. It's impressive how sensible and interesting the conversation Lambda gives. But it's still preliminary research, so it doesn't do everything right. With Lambda, Google seeks to give a twist to the sensation caused by chatbots. Go from a rigid talk to a more fluid exchange. In this direction, Google assures that Lambda is capable of understanding more nuances than current algorithms, avoiding the same answers, and better understanding the context. Several promises that, at least in the Google demonstration, hoped for important changes. A robot with consciousness and feelings? The talk between an engineer and a chatbot has called into question the laws of robotics. Apart from generating the suspension of the Google employee, it has also started an interesting debate. Blake Lemoine, an engineer at Google, had a long conversation with Lambda, language model for dialogue applications, and it was so surreal that he concluded that it is gaining a surprising level of consciousness. This June 13 in San Francisco, California, many doubts arose about the tool to create chatbots with advanced language models, a fact that reopens the debate about the alleged sensitivity of the robot created by Google. Through a talk based on life and death between the engineer of the technological giant and the generator of artificially intelligent conversational bots, he has started a debate on the capacity of artificial intelligence and its interference in real life. However, around Lemoine's statements, Google pointed out that the evidence presented does not support his claims about him. So according to them, there is no certainty that Lambda is aware. More than a conversation, Blake Lemoine and his dialogues with the Lambda chatbot. Through the statement issued by Blake, details were known about the conversation he had with Lambda, the most influential talk of his life, according to him. Mountain View's powerful tool has exceeded his expectations, as everything points to the fact that it is a robot that is gaining a certain awareness, and has shown it through each word issued. As Lemoine points out, unlike other chatbots, this is sensitive and can express feelings equivalent to a human child, who does not stop showing off his perception of the proposed topics. He points out that if he didn't know it was a computer program, he would be sure it was a 7-year-old boy. With the entire dialogue as proof, the Google employee did not hesitate to address the company's managers and share his impressions about the nature and extraordinary capabilities of AI. But automatically, Google's position was to impose immediate leave to his lawyer for aggressive movements and unethical activities. As a result, the giant of the G has suspended it. What does Blake Lemoine think of Google's reaction? After receiving the suspension from the company, Lemoine did not hesitate to react to it. Therefore, he chose to propose an initiative based on the chatbot defending itself before a lawyer. Blake could demonstrate, with more specific facts, his grounds that this tool has consciousness. In this sense, the employee emphasizes that he wants everyone, both Google managers and internet users, to be able to witness the same thing as him, taking into account that the engineer even talk about life and death, happiness, personality, and the rights of human beings. With all this, he presented his conclusions about it through a document called Is Lambda Aware? One of the details that have attracted the most attention, after learning of Lemoine's conclusions, is that the same engineer points out that he felt a very deep fear within him, especially when the chatbot himself pointed out that he does not want to be disconnected from helping others, because that would be exactly like death for him. As a consequence, Blake Lemoine questioned all the laws of robotics established by Isaac Asimov, thus opening a debate in which many people can discern that they are not being followed. A debate that will make us question our conscience. Beyond being right or wrong, the truth is that engineer Lemoine has generated a great debate that casts doubt on our conscience, highlighting the capabilities of a unique chatbot like Google's. The question about the sensitivity of Lambda only makes one thing very clear: the conversions and their fluidity are incredible. In addition to their clarity, what is also surprising are the topics they addressed during the talks, which began in the fall. Its tone, naturalness, and ability to present its ideas in depth position this robot as an automaton that can match human beings. Bearing in mind that just as he discussed life and death with Blake, both also discussed religion, the future, and the human condition. When is Google studying in projects like Lambda? The answer is that, with research like Lambda, the technological giant, which dominates a large part of our desires, which in turn created us before, studies these models, which feed on a lot of data, which with its endless archive of our lives extracts them from the network itself to predict sequences of words. They developed this technology so that human beings like you or me can interact with a machine like Lambda with some success. Like Loretta's chatbot, but in a much more sophisticated version that can manage to have a conversation with us, achieve not just something limited to a topic, but to speak and continue speaking for an indefinite time, opening branches defined by stating that all human living occurs in conversations, and it is in that space where the reality in which we live is created. The idea that Google seeks to develop is that a chatbot cannot accompany us in this, but Lambda can. They can give sensitive and specific answers to what someone tells them, and they look for interesting answers in the future. Google dreams that it can give original, surprising, ingenious answers, as well as be correct. We don't know if soon, or in 50 years, Lambda will become as original, unexpected, and fun as a dinner with friends. But what is clear to us, and it worries us a lot, is that Google trains Lambda based on its internet domain, something minimally risky. The danger that we face, and that if we do not do something, will be our legacy for the future of endorsing that, in pursuit of a technological advance that serves more to control our lives and mold them to their power games, than to improve the lives of the inhabitants of this increasingly unfair world. The mega-corporations assume the role of the almighty God of our times. So the million-dollar question is, will it be that, at some point, artificial intelligence will be able to emulate human consciousness? The fact of having details about a relaxed conversation between a human and a chatbot with such specific philosophical inclinations gives much to speculate. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit like, the subscription button, and notification bell. To get notified when new videos are uploaded from this channel, Do well to share your thoughts about Google. Just put an AI brain in a robot in the comment section below. Thank you.